Hello Taurus, welcome to your weekly reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, and consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and be receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to go beyond the details that I'm providing. Okay? And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And here is a 10 of discs. That is a wonderful card. Great prospects here. Okay? We're going to lay out our Dove and Serpent spread. Wow, this is really fantastic. We should just stop right here. Before we continue on, though, I want to also say that if there's anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments down below. Finishing up the Dove and Serpent spread with the path of the Serpent here. Wow, this is really fantastic. We're in for a treat here. Bonus card, confirmation card. Let's use the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. Give it a quick shuffle, and we're going to leave that card right there. We're not looking at it till the very end. Okay? And hopefully that will tie everything together and give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. So we've got just some really wonderful earth energy, earth, major arcana. We got some lovely water energy. A little bit of fire, and some more major. This really is the fantastic. I almost want to take a picture of it. That's how beautiful this is. Whatever you've been working on, whatever projects, whatever kind of success that you've been after, whatever you've been just day after day toiling over, I feel like the universe has finally given you that blow up. Right? The universe is finally just flipping the switch and everything is just going to be like just astronomical. Now, I wonder if we had something similar to this in your last reading. Because I'm kind of feeling a similar pattern here to the last weekly reading that we did for you. This could be a continuation of that. Now, I don't have my phone with me or anything to check what the last reading was about. But I kind of feel there was some similar energy here. I do think that you've been working on creating, building. You've been collecting these coins one at a time. You've been doing the work diligently, day in and day out. You've been giving it everything you've got, right? But it hasn't spoiled your attitude. All of this hard work, you've found time to enjoy yourself, to take care of your friends, your family, your loved ones, to enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, enjoy your environment. The weather where you are maybe has been nice, like it has been here. I'm in the northern hemisphere, and we're kind of right in the middle of spring now. I feel like you've been so focused on this that it's almost as if the last year of your life, I think maybe the last 10 months, have just kind of gone by so fast that you're almost like, how did I get here? You know? Because you've been so focused on this. You've had a devil of a time, really. You've been so focused on climbing this mountain, on collecting these coins, that it may feel like the last, like I said, about 10 months or a year have just flown by. Flown by. But in that time, when you think about it, and I think that you are probably someone who likes to journal. I think that you're someone who, maybe you don't journal in a traditional way. It's not like a diary. But I think you keep a record of the things that you've been doing. It's almost like a ledger. Right? It's almost like a business ledger where you just you write down the things that you've been doing, your accomplishments, your failures, your experiences. And I think that when you look back over the last 10 months, you'll see that you really have done a lot. Right? It seems like you have done a lot with friends and family. You've enjoyed yourself. You've gone places, maybe some traveling. You've gotten outside, you've gotten exercise, you've maybe read a lot of books, and all the while you've been maintaining this daily toil over this work that you're doing. And I don't know what this work is, but I feel like it's something that's very rewarding to you. Okay? It feels to me like it's a financial thing. It might be career, employment, building your own business. Maybe you're in your retirement years, and this is something that you just started working on, again, maybe a year or two ago. And for the last 10 months, the time has gone by so fast, right? But I feel like it's really paying off. And what I said at the beginning was it's like the universe is flipping the switch, and now things are really going to blow up. Things are really next level successful. In the recent past, we've got this Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter energy. I think this wheel was spinning so fast, again, 10 months gone by like that. Okay. Now you find yourself in a place where you've done a lot of work. You're able to kind of look through your ledger and think, damn, the last year I really did a lot. I accomplished so much. I had so much experience, so much good time, so much bonding and love with friends and family, so much progress with this work that I'm doing. And you can feel that the universe is now it's like things are ramping up for you, right? Things went from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now they're at 100, right? This is like that brief moment in between taking really deep breaths. You breathe in really deep, pause, then you let it out. Breathe in really deep, you pause. It's during this pause that we get the perspective and we can really feel. We can listen to the subtle vibrations around us. We can feel what's going on in the atmosphere, this electricity. And I mean, look at that card. There's electricity even in that card. And this is showing that things are really going to start ramping up for you. Okay? Really going to start ramping up for you. And it's because of all of the commitment. You've been obsessed with this thing. Devil energy, some readers will say, oh, that's very nasty, very negative and dark energy. Well, it could be, depending on where it's directed, right? If we have this kind of ambition, this kind of obsession, this kind of intense hyper-focus on something that's terrible for us, right? A toxic substance or a toxic relationship, sure, this is a bad card, bad omen. But you've been committed to this kind of abundance and fulfillment for exploring these prospects that you have. And the 10 of Discs is not just about money. It's not just about the coin that you're stacking, right? This is about a real wealth in your life, an emotional wealth, a physical well-being and fortitude and strength. This is an intellectual satisfaction and stimulation. It's a holistic, a spiritual wealth that you have. And I think that because you're surrounded with people that you love, and you are committed to not only stacking the coin and doing the work, but spending time with friends and family, getting outside with people, bonding with people, celebrating your love and your relationships with other people, that makes you a wealthy person. And I think your life is so full and so busy that the last 10 months went by like that. Okay? And now, I mean, get ready, because all of that work that you've done, all of that commitment, all of that toil day in and day out, is now really going to take off. It's paying off in a way now that things are just going to explode. Whatever you've been working on is really going to hit now. So in some ways that's going to make you a little bit more busy, but in other ways it's going to relieve you of some of the pressure of kind of stacking these things one at a time. Now it's like jackpot. I think jackpot's the word here. We see above and below you, before we get to the rest of these cards, I want to talk about the water energy. Above you and below you is this water, 2 and 3 of cups. Beautiful energy, both in your conscious mind, your focus. Your focus is on this 3. Your focus is on celebrating life, celebrating achievements, celebrating the bond, the connection that you have with yourself, with your friends, your family, your loved ones, your pets, your plants, your people. Right? When you are hanging out with the dog, it's just you and the dog. That's time for the 2 of you to bond and play and run around, whatever we do. Right? When you're tending to your garden, watering your plants, when you're hanging out with your best friends, when you're visiting your family members, you're focused, you're there, you're present. Because you're honoring and celebrating those relationships, those experiences. Right? And that's what makes you so successful, is that when you're doing something, when you're doing one thing, it's not like I'm sitting here doing a tarot reading and I'm also watching TV, I'm also talking on the phone, I'm also reading a book, checking the stock prices. No. When we're here, this is what we're doing. And this is what makes you successful. This is what makes your experiences so rich. And this is why you have, maybe you don't have an actual ledger that you write, a journal kind of thing in. Maybe this is all memory. Maybe you have, I was going to say a photographic memory, but like you have a memory like a steel trap. You don't forget these experiences that you've had because you're fully present in the middle of them. Because you're there. Your mind's not somewhere else. Your spirit and heart aren't somewhere else. You're fully committed to what we're doing right here, right now. I wonder what you're doing right now, even literally as you watch this tarot reading. Are you sitting down, focused on your TV, your tablet, your phone, watching this reading? Or is your mind somewhere else? Are you doing something else? Because I would bet that you're focused on this, because there's no point in doing something with half attention, because then you're only going to half remember it. So if you're going to spend the time, because again, your days are pretty full. If you're going to spend the time doing something, you better get everything out of it that you possibly can. There's no sense watching a lecture or reading a book when your mind or your heart or your spirit are somewhere else. Because then what's the point of reading the book? You're wasting time. Might as well be fully committed to what we're doing. And I think that's part of how you operate. And I'm very curious about what's coming next for you. The 2 of Cups is down here beneath the surface on the path of the dove. And this truly is your love, your bond. This is the sense of purpose and meaning that you find. I said your days were very full. But it's not just haphazard. It's not just random stuff just to fill up a day. Everything you do has a reason. Everything you do, you're fully committed to. In that moment, you're connected. You're connected to it, and it has meaning, it has a purpose. And that purpose, well, that's something for you to know. But to me, that purpose feels like a spiritual kind of love, like a real bond, a real connection, a real sense of wealth, right? Not just the financial wealth, but a wealth of experience, a wealth of feeling, a wealth of love, a wealth of connection. Now let's get back to the horizontal path, right? Because that's what we really want to know about. This jackpot. I think you're hitting the jackpot. And yes, you're a wealthy person in all sense of the word. But when you hit that jackpot, this is an active 9 of discs, right? The 10 of discs that we see here, this is a state. This is kind of a resting state of being wealthy, right? In all sense of the word. But the 9 is an odd number. It's an active energy. It's an active gaining of wealth. There is movement. This is the jackpot, right? If this was the roulette wheel, this is all the cash just raining down on you when you hit on black or whatever. So this is the jackpot. And this is very exciting. And I think you deserve it. I think you've earned it, right? I think that you have all of this water, all of this love energy around you. That is you. That's permeating your reason for doing the things that you do, right? I feel like you're a very hardworking person. You could be very serious, very just down to business, but I feel like you're so kind. I feel like you're so positive in your attitude, you know? And I think that's because you're fully present. And when you're just outside running around with the dog, that's like the happiest you've ever been. When you're at work, focused, serious, concentrated, that's the happiest you've ever been. It's like you're achieving the happiest moment of your life in every continuous moment, right? It's a strange feeling I'm getting. Very strange feeling I'm getting. On the path of the serpent here, we start out with the Four of Wands. Is your general energy. I think that you're going to be very happy, first of all. Jackpot, anyone would be happy with that. But you're going to feel it as a definite completion of a cycle. You're going to feel that you have reached a certain point in this work. It's like a milestone has been reached, right? I think that you've taken, this is the first fire energy that we've encountered. I think that you're taking your creativity, your intention, whatever this work is that's now creating this jackpot, whatever this creativity, this inspiration, this idea is, you've given it form now. Now you can confidently say that, okay, I've succeeded in this part of it. I've accomplished this. It doesn't mean it's the end. You're not at the top of Everest yet. But you've reached yet another camp, right? Maybe you're at camp 2, 3. Maybe you're in the death zone, camp 4, whatever it is. But it's a resting place. It's a temporary spot for you to say, damn it, I accomplished something. I made it. I did it. And this is one of your, I think, many milestones. I think that you have many more milestones to go. I think as long as you have breath in your lungs, you're going to be setting the next milestone, right? Enjoy what you have now. Enjoy this jackpot, because we got to go work toward the next jackpot, right? We have to work toward the next highest camp. And the next card, this is kind of your environment, your resources. I think you have a lot of supportive people around you. I think people want to help you. I think the universe itself wants to give to you because of the type of soul that you are. I think the people around you want to see you succeed. The people around you all want to just give whatever they can into whatever this is that you're doing. And maybe you'll leave some comments. Maybe you'll just say hi, let me know how you're doing. Maybe you'll let us in on your secret. Maybe you'll let us in on what you are working on, what your work is. But I understand if that's a very personal and private thing. You know? I feel like the people around you, they're just all trying to give you whatever it is you may need. And I kind of feel like you resist that. You know? I kind of feel like if there is one, I don't want to say flaw, if there's one negative comment that I can make here, it's that you don't always readily accept help from others. And by God's, I don't think you need it. But I think we could try to be a little bit more open to letting other people assist. I don't think it's necessarily that you need the help or they they see that you need help and they're trying to give to you like charity. No, I feel like they just want to be part of it, you know? And not that they're just trying to get at some of this money from this jackpot. No, I feel like they want to be part of this vibe. They want to be part of whatever this energy is that you're creating, you know? They want to feel included, I think. So maybe if there's one thing that I could say, it's maybe we can be a little open, or let other people feel like they're helping, feel like they're contributing, you know? I feel like they just want to be close to the action. They want to feel, you know, some of the heat coming off of that. And now the next card is the Eight of Wands. It's in the position of your fears, worries, and concerns. I don't really think you have any fears. I'm not sure that there is anything you are worried about. The only thing that I can really think of here is that you don't want this to end. You know? The Eight of Wands is a very quick energy. It's a burst of fire. It's kind of the it's the last ditch effort of a star to shine, you know, and it just kind of one final explosion in every direction, one final firework, right? We just lost the overhead camera. That's okay, we don't need it. Maybe that's the universe telling me it's time to wrap this reading up. Could be. We're only at 20 minutes. I feel like maybe this is the grand finale, right? And you don't want there to be a grand finale. You want every moment to be this jackpot moment. You don't want this to end. You don't want to have to think of what the final goal here is. You don't want to actually ever reach final success. You don't want to reach the summit because you love this climb. It's so rewarding, so fulfilling. You feel like such a wealthy person that you get to do this. You don't want it to end. You don't want there to be a finale. You don't want there to be a final summit, you know. So what we do instead, rather than trying to worry about the future or plan that final ascent, get to the summit, we just keep working. This is the Prince of Discs. This is the heir of Earth. This is you. This is Taurus. And this is, to end the reading, this is you continuing right where we began. This jackpot is not going to change you. It's not going to change your work ethic. It's not going to change what we're doing tomorrow, you know. You're going to keep at it. You're going to wake up at the same time, and you're going to do the things that you usually do. Because this is who you are. So we start right back where we began. And this whole cycle is going again. We're off to the next milestone. We're off to the next camp. And we'll just keep climbing higher and higher as long as we have breath in our lungs. And that's what I love about Taurus. You know? That's what I love about these readings. This feels very similar to the last reading that we did for you, I think. Maybe someone could let me know, or I can go and look too, but I'm curious how this relates to the last reading. Now, let's do this mystery card. Excuse me. Bonus card, confirmation card. We had so much of this good water, good earth, had some good fire energy. What we could maybe see is a little bit of the air. Like I said, it's difficult for you to accept help. It's difficult for you to really let other people feel as if they're contributing or they're helping. It's that's like the only thing that I can think of, is that we maybe need to, and it's just it doesn't feel like you need the help, but it might just be a symbolic gesture, right? To accept from other people, let somebody help out or join in, or you know what I mean? And I guess it would make more sense if I knew what kind of work you were doing. Let's see what this is. Yeah, it's a Four of Swords. A Four of Swords. So this is almost like, well, maybe you could take a little nap and let someone else take the wheel for a little while, but not really, you know? It's kind of like when the pilot will, you know, invite the kids into the cockpit and they'll let them steer the plane for a while, you know? They're not really flying. But it's a symbolic act. It makes the other person feel good. The kids feel good when they feel like they're flying the plane, you know? So that's really all I can think of that we could add to this quite perfect experience. This energy is just so perfect right now that the only thing I could think of too is maybe you take a little break. Right? Maybe you enjoy, because we have the Four of Wands here, we've got a Four of Swords. Take some time to enjoy this camp, this milestone that you've achieved. Go celebrate. Or go take a nap, right? Treat yourself, take a hot bath. Because you deserve it, you've earned it. And of course, tomorrow morning, bright and early, you're going to be up and you're going to be right back at it. So it wouldn't hurt to treat yourself a little extra sleep tonight. You know, have a second helping of dessert. Take that hot bath. You know, go do something for yourself. Celebrate. Because again, tomorrow morning, you're right back up, you're right back at it, creating this next jackpot. And the universe really recognizes this in you, that you're not ruined by success. You're not spoiled by wealth and success. We're right back where we started with that Prince of Discs. And this is very exciting to me. We're going to do an extended reading. And if you want to check that out, you can click on the link that's right up here. And you can have access to all of the extended readings. This was your weekly reading, Taurus, here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. And I want to thank you so much for letting me read for you.